to Booze Reviews in Black and White. I am Bane. This is D'Amico to my far left. And today, we have a special guest. Welcome, Brittany.
Hi.
Alright, all three of us today are here because we're tasting a couple of wines.
Yes.
Since this is our first wine pairing that we're going to be tasting tonight, and thank you for all those people who commented wanting us to taste wines. We're going to start doing a whole bunch of them. We have a brand new varietal we're going to be tasting, and then we have something from my stash, something old, trusted, true, you know, an old goodie, I guess. So I'm going to pass it over to Miko. Let's get started.
Hey guys, we are going to start with a new varietal called the Marselan. The Marselan grape it's a grafted grape actually from the early 60s back in France. They decided to, I don't know, basically take a Cabernet Sauvignon and a Grenache and make them have a baby. It was probably more scientific than that, but that's all I really got into it. But yeah, they tried to make something that was hardy enough to stand up to the Grenache grape, and then it didn't work, so they forgot about it. Mid-90s, somebody started tinkering with it and decided to, let's try it again. They did it again. And basically in 2007, it was allowed to come into the United States. So now here we go.
Yeah, later I'll teach you how to make a baby.
Yes. Wait, no. Brittany, have you ever had a Marselan?
I have had a Marselan. It was a long time ago. It was very fun. I love the Grenache.
Me too. I'm a fan of Grenache.
The big, yeah, zesty flavors.
Absolutely.
Delicious.
How about you, Bane?
I'm a newbie.
He's a noob.
Well, never had one before.
Alright, this particular wine is a Domaine de Couron from Languedoc. This, on the nose, seriously,
I'm getting a lot of luscious dark fruits.
I'm getting the alcohol and fruit.
Lots of fruit though, lots of jam.
Lots of jam.
I hope it tastes pretty close to what it smells like, because it smells pretty good.
Big blackberries. Huge.
Wow. Very, very impressive on the fruit. Very bright. What do you think, D'Amico?
Hint of black pepper too. This is really nice. I'm impressed.
The spice at the end, what do you think, Bam?
I'm not getting the spice or the pepper. I'm waiting for it. I'm thinking it's a little simple on the palate.
Sure.
I love the nose. I'm going to give it another try, but as of right now, the palate, it's not giving me what I wanted.
At some point, we'll do a video on how to read a foreign wine label. This is a vin de pas, which basically means a country wine in France. So, you know, it's not going to be one of those Chateau Margaux where, you know, you're fetching $1,500 plus per bottle. This is, you know, $14, $15. So it's not going to be, I'm going to write to my dear sweetheart overseas about it, but I can share it with friends.
The nice thing about a VDP, vin de pas, VDP, is that it is generally a more traditional, a homier make, something to be shared with close friends rather than to impress people, I think.
Absolutely.
And that's really what I'm getting in the end there. The Grenache is the spice, the pepper. Did you taste it in there a little bit?
Right in the middle, at the finish of the middle, I'm getting that. And then if it kind of fades away, and at the end, I think I'm getting that pepper. It's coming back. So it is there. It wasn't apparent to me right away, but now that you guys mention it, it's coming through a little bit.
Alright. I am excited. Let's crack open the big boy.
Alright, so basically, yeah, I reached into my stash and grabbed the Rosenblum 06. We got a Reserve Zinfandel. Keynote to this wine is it comes from the Monte Rosso vineyards. It's a very It's a premier vineyard.
I'm super excited.
Sonoma Valley. The key thing also to this is you're getting 99% Zin. You're getting 1% Petite Syrah, and you're getting grapes that are coming off 100-plus-year-old vines. 90% French oak and only 10% American oak. But I've had it. I'm super excited to drink it again, and I'm anxious to see how these two are going to enjoy it.
Bane, do you have a preference for French oak to American oak or no?
A little bit. I like the French oak. I mean, I haven't had too many wines that have had a lot of American oak compared to French oak.
Yeah.
So I know French oak. I enjoy wine generally, so I'm gonna love the French oak on anything I drink. So
Take a little nose here.
I'm gonna say it. Bacon.
bacon, really? Wow.
I'm talking that thick cut, peppered bacon.
Slaughterhouse.
Oh, see.
Kind of bloody, kind of steak, meaty.
Oh God, yes.
I was getting a little Pinot Noir-ish, like barnyard type thing right away. But yeah, you're right. You're getting that.
Get a little bit of earthy, barnyardy. Yeah, just a little bit.
I think the biggest thing about this wine for me is that it makes me very hungry. I'm always very hungry when I eat it because it's very, very easy to pair.
Sure.
Very good with food.
All right, since we're on that subject, what would you pair with this wine? Just
Fat.
from smelling it. Oh,
Anything fatty, yes.
Would you have anything complimenting the fat on that dish? Just fat?
I was thinking that duck would be good.
Sure,
Something gamey, maybe pheasant. What about like oyster soup? Maybe something a little bit rich with the soup.
Absolutely.
But something light enough to balance out the heavy wine that you're gonna get when you taste.
I love it.
I can't wait.
Now, can you cook some of those things? Okay. All right, we're gonna
I
have to do
can.
another show.
Yes. What do you think?
It's like I remember it. Very lush fruits, and actually towards the finish, it almost brightens up a bit. I'm trying to pinpoint what that could be. It's like almost like a mint, like a crushed mint or something like that, but it just brightens up at the end. It finishes nice and clean, and that's one of the things that I like about it.
Like a eucalyptus almost.
Oh, okay.
That minty, almost not quite vegetable, but I see what you're saying.
But
That
earthy.
coolness.
Yep.
Kind of, but the tobacco's there too, so maybe
Sure.
like a menthol or a something nice and bright like that. I am getting a lot of tobacco, a lot of just heavy cherry tobaccos, but I like the clean finish. The clarity at the end is beautiful.
I'm getting on the front end black fruit, red fruit, compote, and then pork fat.
No.
And then earthiness and all that other good stuff.
That was a haiku.
Yeah, it was.
There's a lot going on with this. It's a great wine. Yeah.
This would go good with some nice chili. I just said that because it's cold outside.
I'm going to back us up a bit. I'm going to go back to the rating system because we do that with our spirits and our beers. I want to keep it going with our wines. The Marselan. D'Amico, get us started. What do you rate it?
I would rate this Marselan 81.
81.
81.
Oh. I'm gonna give the Marselan. I'm gonna say 87.
Okay. You know, the Marselan just didn't do it for me. I'm going to probably give it a 72. You know, I was expecting a little bit more, so that kind of contributes to that. But yeah, I think it wasn't the flavors, the characters, they weren't apparent enough. I really had to kind of decipher what was going on there. So 72 is probably what I'm going to give it.
That works.
All right, moving on to the Rosenblum. Brittany.
One of my very favorite old style wines. I'm gonna say 90.
90. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher than that.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go a 91 plus.
91 plus.
91 plus.
Okay. You know, I'm with these two. I got it rated at 91, 90, whatever it is. It's above a 90. Let's just call it 91.
91 plus.
Yeah, 91 plus. I wanted to be original.
The original.
97. No, I'm just kidding. 91. It's great wine. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us. But before you go, we got a question of the day. Do you have the question of the day?
I don't.
Oh.
I have the question of the day.
Okay, Brittany, what is it?
Okay, question of the day. What was the first glass of wine that you had? I mean, I'm talking very first glass of wine that you had.
I'm going to answer that because I can do that.
We want you to answer this too.
Boone's Farm Fuzzy Navel.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I had an Italian a Chianti, which is one of the heaviest tasting things to try for first, and loved it.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Really, at a young age, you like something like that?
Yeah,
wow.
for sure.
I had Rosenblum Temenar Riesling. Is what I had.
Really?
Yeah, and I just, it's funny that you brought up that question because I had talked about with somebody earlier about that. So, very interesting. Again, go ahead.
I like that question.
Comment on that. Let us know what your first wine you ever had was. Obviously, we probably won't be able to get that vintage to taste, but you know, if it's a regular wine, we can try to get in for you. Maybe you can comment next time on how it's changed.
Sure.
But yeah. Thank you very much for joining us again.
Later.
Later. Cheers.
Cheers.
Our empty glass.
With that.